Hello everyone, today we talk about 5 anti-resolutions for the brand new year. Hello everyone, as described in the intro, we're not going to talk about New Year's resolutions, we're going to talk about anti-resolutions, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit later. So New Year's is an incredible time of renewal. I always tell my friends it's the universe's birthday and we should all celebrate. It cuts through race and creed. You know, most of our holidays are either religious or based on patriotic notions such as Independence Day or Australia Day or Canada Day. And really the great thing about New Year's is that it's a celebration for everyone because our orbit around that incredible sun of ours that provides us with warmth and energy is 365 days and a quarter, and we want to celebrate each one of those because they are so special. So as always, I'm going to begin with a quote on the subject, and that quote is, "Good resolutions are simply checks that men draw on a bank where they have no account." Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde, incredible romanticist, and we're going to talk about his style of poetry later on in the series, but very, very true. I've seen so many people with so many good resolutions using New Year's, the celebration of New Year's, to settle these goals. And I believe it's something that statistically, I think it's 80% of people had given up on their New Year's goals by February. So we can see that whilst it's interesting and it seems to be colloquial and seems to be a renewal, an event that everyone does yearly, it doesn't work. And I want to explain why it doesn't work. And personally for me, I used to be the craziest goal setter. Like, people who knew me knew that I had my entire life mapped out minute by minute for all these goals. And as the old Jewish saying says, if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. I didn't realize that there were bigger, more amazing plans that the way the universe was going to bring to me without my thinking mind even acknowledging it. So what did those goals that I continually set give me? Well, they gave me stress. They gave me worry, they gave me pain. Every time I was, trying to relax at the beach, these goals, you should be making a certain amount of money, you should be, have this dream house by now, were constantly filtering through my head. And I was constantly focusing on what I didn't have. Because a goal is very obvious, it's something that you don't have yet. And to focus on something you don't have yet is pain, is suffering. And what I always say is if you change your expectations for appreciations, you'll immediately become happy. Now, I know that you've been told to goal set. I know that every other person you've spoken to has talked to you about the value of goals. And I'm going to challenge that. And it's beautiful to challenge things, right? We need duality in the universe. So I'm going to challenge that. I believe that goal setting is a manufactured process from the capitalist system, which says save, 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 or borrow, borrow, borrow is more appropriate to get this dream, to get these things you want. And it's like a treadmill. It's the rat race. It keeps you cycling for the next thing. Now you've got the BMW, set yourself at the new goal of having your own jet. So you're constantly in a situation where you're never quite happy with you. The story of you hasn't quite worked out yet because you haven't got these things or these goals. So I want to talk about removing that, and I want to talk about better ways to get what you want. Because I'm not saying that we shouldn't have these things come into our lives. I'm just saying there's much better ways of doing it. So the first rule of your anti-resolutions that you're going to set is you need to trade immediately your expectations for appreciations. Now, your goals is what you expect in life, but what you have is what you have. And you don't always get what you want, but you always get what you need. And what I mean by that is that what comes into your life is what's important. What you're thinking about just isn't. So when you come from a scarcity mindset, i.e. I want to make $1 million, but I only have $50,000, you come from a scarcity mindset, you do not have enough. You come from a place of lack. And as the universe is a creation engine, it will create lack and bring more lack into your life. Basically the opposite of what The Secret told you, that very, very, very well-selling book where people have made lots of money. It's basically the opposite. Focus on what you have now. Understand the quality and value of those items. Look at them, no matter how simple they are, whether it's a wooden spoon or whether it's the smile of your daughter. Take these things in and understand the universe gave you that. It gave you that and it's here right now. It's not a far off distant dream. Trading expectations for appreciations is immediate happiness. Number 2, real life is much more vivid and beautiful than any fantasy you have in your head. I know we have these dreams and we want to travel the world and become the CEO or, etc., insert, a belief system here, which aren't always your goals. They're goals that have been layered upon you by parents or TV commercials. We all seem interestingly to have very similar goals when asked, and it seems to be created by media. But what's going to happen is way more interesting than that. Let's think about it. Think about your dream house. How many bedrooms does it have? Okay, it has 4 bedrooms, and it has 3 bathrooms, and it has a veranda. That's great, but really that's just a dull, grey concept of what your house will look like. The house you have right now is vivid. The brickwork has amazing detail. The mortar was handcrafted by a builder. There's a history to the soil beneath you. The way the earth was created over 4.7 billion years to give you the foundation to build your house is right there in front of you, and it's incredible. Much more vivid than these fantasies, projections that you place on yourself. Number 3, trust. The way of things, the Tao, you hear me speak about the Tao, and the Tao is simply the way things are, the paths, the things that happen in our lives are perfect. And you just need to trust that. They don't need to make sense. I know when people say, oh, you take 1 step backwards, 2 steps forward. Well, you don't. You just be. Because when you be, your life will create and bring into you exactly what you need. It requires trust. I understand, because it's sometimes we sit there and the concept of wu wei, so the idea of no action, so the ancient Chinese idea of no action, which means not so much not taking action, but understanding there's a lot of mechanisms involved in you fulfilling your path and appreciating them all. Be the center of the Tao point, be the center of the universe, and allow the world to create around you. Don't stress and fight at it. Think about swimming. Swimming's all about trust. If you grab at the water and try and hold on to the water in order to lift yourself up, you'll drown. But if you let go and float and slowly move through the water and allow it to assist you, you'll get to where you need to go. Be like water, my friend, as the great Bruce Lee once said. Number 4, you can't reach your goals by thinking about them anyway. So this is probably should have been the first argument, but I wanted to start off with some cooler stuff. Your goals come through direct, immediate action in the present moment. If you wanted to build your dream house, you can only build it 1 brick at a time by focusing on where that brick is set and making sure it's perfect. Sitting there, looking at the bricks, dreaming about how the swimming pool is going to look, will not get it done. The process is the journey. That's why so many people are so disappointed when they get what they want, because they immediately realize that the time they gave up to get it isn't worth the 20, 30 seconds or 30 minutes or 30 days of joy. Your life needs to be your masterpiece. When Van Gogh was painting a painting, it was the painting that was the art. Yes, we're left with the amazing artwork, but the painting was the art. Number 5, you're the director and the actor in your own film. What I mean by that is that, yes, I understand that we create our lives and we take our paths through the way. And we are a director, we are the universal consciousness, but for now, we're in this body, right? So we're actually an actor. We're playing our persona, from the ancient Greek, persona, the mask. We put on a mask of our spirit in order to just have fun and kick it. I'm Brad right now, but I'll be a tree right now, or I'll be the sky at some stage. We are all just playing roles. And when you're an actor, this is what bad actors do. This is what, when actors are at the end of their career and crazy on drugs. Marilyn Monroe did this at the end of her career. A lot of great actors who fell off the bandwagon did this. They started having fights with the directors. They started saying the director was wrong. They started saying the script's no good. And what happened? The movies became disasters. They ended up their careers falling over because they were the actor. All they were there to do was to be the part. They didn't need to worry about anything else. And that's the beauty of this physical manifestation. Yes, you're the director, you're the universal consciousness, but right now you're the actor. Be the actor, enjoy, have fun. Happy New Year. We've spent 6 months together so far already, 4 months together so far already. I can't wait for next year. It's going to be incredible. I thank you so much for your time during this solar cycle that we've just been on, and the next solar cycle we go on together, I'll be there right with you. You are the dream, you are the actor. Create what you need. You don't need goals, you just need to be present. Until tomorrow, thank you and goodbye.